if you're returning. Hi if you're new. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel we get up to all sorts of fiber and crafty fun. Today we are talking about my sewing plans. So if you watched my last update video, you'll know I've gotten really into garment sewing. We're going to talk about what I've gotten recently from the Joann's liquidation sale and what I plan to make with those fabrics. So I'm trying to not let the fabric stash get out of control. So I have plans for everything, and I want to talk about that with y'all. All right, so first I want to give the preface that everything I'm going to show you all fabric-wise came from the last chance, like shelf. So that's where Joann's puts clearance, and that's been 60% off. Not an additional 60% off, just 60% off the marked price, the original retail price. And that's usually what clearance would run for. They'd kind of oscillate that around like 60 to 70% sometimes. So that's, you know, the same as it was, but it's the best deal on fabric that they have, and there's been some really good stuff in there. I will say that I have not got any fabric just like that wasn't from the last chance area, because it's anywhere between at my Joann's 20 and 30% off, and that just isn't worth it quite yet. If they do larger markdowns, I know people keep saying like you need to buy it now because it'll be gone by the time the bigger discounts get here. I don't need it that bad, and so if all the linen and all of the cotton garment fabric is gone, then it's gone. It was meant to be with other people. It wasn't meant to be with me. I will say I'm privileged to live in a major metropolitan area that does have fabric warehouses, like a whole area of them. And so I'm not going to be like out of a place to buy fabric in person for certain projects. I'm lucky to have really great quilt shops locally. So yeah, I recognize like I'm in a privileged position. I live in a major city. I know that isn't everybody's case. So yeah, the sales aren't great yet. Be nice to your Joann's employees. With that said, let's talk about the fun stuff. Let's talk about sewing. So first things first, let me show you all. So I've been to a couple different Joann's locations a couple of different times because they update what's in the last chance section. So I've got stuff from a couple different trips here. First thing I picked up was, this is some Quilter's cotton. I thought this was really pretty. It's black with a bunch of pansies on it. I think I got what was left on the bolt, so like I think it was 2 yards. They have, as a warning, they have upped fabric to a 2-yard minimum and home decor fabric, like the ones that come on those gigantic rolls, to a 5-yard minimum. So if you're gonna go get stuff, if it's a remnant, if like you get a bolt and there's only like 1.5 yards left, they'll just get that, they'll like roll it off and then sell it to you, but you can't ask them to cut 1 yard anymore. Okay, so I got this Quilter's cotton, the play dress, which I have made before. I showed you all in my last video, the pink version that I did. Works really well with Quilter's cottons. It's the kind of dress, because it's oversized, the fact that this doesn't have any stretch works for it. So I really want to do this, and I had some black fabric I've shown you all before that I thrifted from an estate sale that I was going to do. This is one part of the patch, and then the black is the other part. But when I went to go wash all my fabric and pre-shrink it, that black is very clearly brown toned, and this black is very clearly blue toned, and I screamed a little bit. Internal rage. So I just need to find either a different black fabric, or I think something that matches one of the flowers would be really pretty, but some sort of solid color I think would look nice. So that project, I really want to get started on it, but it's a little bit on hold. I have more yardage here than is required for the play dress pattern, so I think it'd be cute to add a ruffle to the bottom with the extra fabric. That's kind of the plan. So I got this, it's about 2 yards, and all this was 60% off the original retail price. Then they had this remnant. This was like the last of what was on the bolt, and this is enough for me to make like a cropped t-shirt. So I think I'm gonna make the 100 acts of sewing shirt number 1 that I showed you all in my last video, but I have a couple cropped t-shirts that I'm gonna measure off of and then do that. I kind of laid the pattern piece out on it, and I definitely can make that happen. So it's this really fun, I'm pretty sure this was 100% cotton. It's a garment fabric. It's got this really fun texture. Hopefully it's black. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up. It's got this fun like lace and sort of raised texture situation going on. It's really fun. I like it. This is about, I think this is just like right over a yard. So enough for me to make a little cropped shirt out of, so that'll be fun. Up to this point in my journey, I've either sewed with fabric with very little stretch, like maybe a linen rayon blend that has a little bit of stretch, or mostly wovens that don't have any stretch at all. I want to branch out a little bit, and I found the cutest pattern to do as my first jersey knit project. So that pattern is the Carry Crop by BF Patterns. I'll pop a photo up here. There's two versions of it. There's a really cute short sleeve and a really cute long sleeve. So first I got, to make a short sleeve one, this was, let me fold it like this. And this stuff in my size, this takes just under, for the short sleeve, just under a yard to make. I got this really fun blue. This actually, when I got this home, it kind of reminds me of my friend Lauren thinks it's thrifted. I feel like she has a shirt or a pair of shoes that are in this pattern. Lauren, if you watch this, you can tell me. I feel like this is something you own. Am I hallucinating that? Anyway, so I got this. I thought, I wear a lot of my work wardrobe is kind of in the same colors, and one of the colors of pants that I have for work is navy blue, and so I thought this would be, I have a pair of navy blue pants that are high-waisted with like gold buttons on them, and I thought this, if turned into a shirt, would be really cute with those. Then I got this one to make the long sleeve version. There was something about the idea of like a really sweet floral pattern on a long sleeve top that really appealed to me. So I got enough of this to do the long sleeve version. And then also got this really pretty, this is like, if you've seen my Tea Time sweater by Park Knits, this is the color of that sweater. This is one of my favorite colors of all time. So when I saw this in the last chance section, I got some of this to also make that top. This one, because this one has a high, I think this one has more cotton content than these two, it feels like it's gonna be easier for me to deal with as a first timer. So this will probably be my first attempt making the top, but I'm really excited for this one. So those are the colors I got to make the Carry Crop. Hopefully I like it. I was like, oh, I'll get 3 colors to make this pattern I haven't made yet. Ridiculous. But I'm excited. It seems like a really versatile basic t-shirt, and the people who made it, it looks really cute. So I'm excited for that. Up on the list, I'll show you all both of these. These are my most recent. Oh, the other thing I've gotten from the Joann's liquidation is thread. So anytime I've gone in and had a specific project in mind, I've gone through the very like picked over thread selection. But I'm not going to show you all those because that's kind of boring. Okay, I got what was left on the bolt of this one. This is just enough, I think, to make a cute pair. I'll pop some inspo images up here. I haven't picked an exact pattern, but I definitely, from this I have enough to make a matching PJ set. I think I have about 2 yards here. And then here, this was like 1.25 yards, I think, 1.5 yards. I definitely want to make some sort of cute PJ bottoms. Either there's some ones with ruffles, there's some ones with cute buttons on the front. So some sort, this one probably just a PJ top or bottoms. I don't have enough to make a set, and this one definitely a set. So I thought are these called bleeding hearts? Is that what this flower is called? I think so. I thought this was really fun. So this is a cotton, and then this one I think was a cotton viscose blend. I really liked the grid pattern on it. I thought it would make really cute PJs. Okay, next let's talk about a project I'm really excited for. This is the Capulet dress by Stitch Witch. If it looks familiar, it definitely gives the same vibe as Selkie dresses, and I've always wanted a Selkie dress, and so I'm really excited to make this pattern for myself. There's 2 versions I want to make. So first up, in like the spirit of the original pattern with a pretty like sheer layer and a lining and the puff sleeves, I got this really pretty moody organza from the last chance clearance section. Oh, it's dark green, the flowers are gray. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. Plenty to recreate this look that I'm gonna pop up here. This is an actual dress from Selkie. I like the length on it. I like the ruffle at the bottom, so I did get some extra fabric to be able to do those elements. But I'm so excited. This is gonna be so pretty. I do need to get a lining for it. I think I'm gonna do, because I don't want to do black because I don't want the green to go away. So I definitely am gonna get like a dark green fabric to do the lining. So I'm very excited about that. So I'm gonna do that one mostly as the pattern calls for, lengthen the skirt, add a ruffle at the bottom. I think those are modifications I feel comfortable making at this point. The second version I got, and again, they had to cut it off 2 separate bolts. So one of these I'll trace like the bodice pieces off of, and one of these I'll save for like the bigger stuff like the skirt. This is some green cotton shirting. It's like a mint color. And I have seen people use the Capulet dress pattern to make pretty summer dresses. So they omit the puff sleeves and they give like, I've seen people do spaghetti straps. I don't want spaghetti straps. I think I want to take the pattern piece that's on the Bathurst top that I've been making and use that sort of as a guide to make make ribbon straps that tie in bows at my shoulders. So that's sort of my vision. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors. And so the idea of a really pretty summer dress in this color, right up my alley. So probably keep the skirt length short, bows at the shoulders. And since it's cotton, it'll be nice and breezy for summer here in Texas. Last fabric is from their Platitude line. I always have to think about how to say that. It's also 100% cotton. This is so pretty. It's got pinks and mustards and green in it. I think I have enough here. I bought specifically for this project. I can't remember the name. I'll pop it up on the screen. There's this really cute dress that I found that has ruffles on the edges and on the bottom, and oh, the fit of it is so cute. I feel like I've seen dresses like this before in stores and I've wanted them and I've just never picked one up. I think it would be the cutest dress for fall. I have a vision. I'm very excited about it. This pattern is so fun too. And the photography and the samples are just, chef's kiss, beautiful. All right, y'all, this is really heavy, is everything I've gotten from the Joann's liquidation sale. I hope that at your local liquidation sales, you're able to get some good stuff before we lose Joann's. To everyone who lives in an area where this was your only craft store, I'm really sorry. Private equity ruins everything. I encourage you though, in searching out alternatives, there's plenty of really great TikToks where people are making spreadsheets of really great alternatives to Joann's. I know it's not gonna be the same as going in there and shopping. All right, I hope everyone enjoys their projects this weekend. If you make anything fun, send it to me on Instagram, tag me, I'd love to see it. And happy sewing, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.